Prime Minister Modi has departed for the first leg of his three-nation tour from Cyprus today before participating in the G7 summit in Canada, following by visiting Croatia on his way back. This will be the Prime Minister's first foreign visit after Operation Sindoor. What makes his Cyprus visit more significant is that it comes in the middle of India's tensions with Turkey, after Turkey supported Pakistan with drones during escalations with India. Cyprus, on the other hand, had condemned the Pahalgam terror attack and indicated that it would raise the issue of cross-border terrorism emanating from Pakistan at the EU-level discussions. My colleague Maha joins us with more details. Maha, take us through especially the G7 summit where Prime Minister is going to be visiting Canada. But before that, he's set to stop at Cyprus. And there seems to be, again, political messaging coming from there as Turkey was supporting Pakistan during tensions between India and Pakistan. And Cyprus, of course, plays an important role in that messaging.
Yes, absolutely. The strategic location of Cyprus, along with the fact that it has always been on India's side as far as the issue of Kashmir is concerned, also supportive of India's bid at the United Nations Security Council. All these factors make it a critical country to visit at this juncture, especially as you have already mentioned, in sending out a signal to Turkey under the current circumstances that we have seen where during the India-Pakistan conflict, its support to Pakistan is something that led to a friction between the two countries. Cyprus is seen as an important place because of its strategic location in the Mediterranean. It can be seen as one between the Middle East and the India-Middle East and Europe corridor, economic corridor, which is critical. Also, Cyprus will be the rotating president of the EU Council in 2026, the beginning of 2026. So all these factors make this visit of the Prime Minister the first stop that he's taking in this three-nation tour very important. And the fact that this comes at a time after the India-Pakistan conflict, and also the significance can be drawn from the fact, and the strategic messaging rather can be drawn from the fact that this is only the first visit of an Indian Prime Minister in 2 decades, and also the third one since 1947. So the messaging there clearly being expressed. As far as Canada is concerned, again, a very important visit, though it is for the G7 summit, and this will be India's 6th consecutive presence at the G7. But considering the friction with Canada that India has seen over the last 2 years, this visit by the Prime Minister on an invitation from host Canada by the Prime Minister Mark Carney himself, who called the Prime Minister a week ago to invite him for the G7 summit as an invitee country, all significant. And therefore, the first 2 legs of this three-nation tour certainly very significant and important in the context of symbolism, messaging, as well as their strategic importance.
Absolutely. And talking a bit more about Cyprus, Maha, in terms of what we can expect in terms of talks and the agenda that the Prime Minister will have when he's heading to Cyprus in terms of trade as well, and what can we expect to come out of this visit?
Yes, energy security is a critical factor that will be looked into in this relationship, considering that energy exploration is an important aspect of Cyprus, something that in fact has led to disagreements with Turkey. So that is a critical issue as far as India is concerned, and the relationship with Cyprus is concerned. And we are likely to see conversations around energy security with the Cyprus president, on whose invitation the Prime Minister is visiting. Now, the other important aspect, as you mentioned, is the trade ties between 2 sides. So we'll also be seeing the Prime Minister address a business forum while he's there. So these are 2 important factors apart from the issues that we have just discussed with regards to security. Maritime security, again, becomes an important aspect as far as Cyprus is concerned because of its strategic location. All these aspects will be covered in the Prime Minister's visit and when he holds the talks with the President.
Right, Maha. And like you mentioned earlier, as far as Canada is concerned, where the Prime Minister is going to be attending the G7 summit, earlier there was speculation between whether India is going to be invited or not. And once the invite was put forward, it also made it clear that Canada is also trying to make amends because there were tensions between India and Canada earlier.
That's absolutely right. And as you can see, Mark Carney is being pragmatic in how he wants to handle the relationship with India. He has stressed in the past that India is a vital country, especially as far as Canada's own Indo-Pacific strategy is concerned, that was released in 2022, which acknowledged the importance of India in Indo-Pacific, especially to counter the challenge from China. And therefore, Mark Carney being pragmatic in that sense, inviting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the G7 summit, and this visit, therefore, acting as an icebreaker. We've also seen since Mark Carney won the election, the Prime Minister congratulated him, and after that, once the new Foreign Minister of Canada was decided as Anita Anand, there was a conversation between her and India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar as well. So we have seen a momentum build up in the two sides over the last couple of months, quite contrary to what we've seen over the last 2 years, a period of friction, especially under the former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, who had in the Canadian Parliament in September 2023 alleged India's role in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, something that India has categorically denied. Mark Carney, when questioned about why Prime Minister Modi was invited for the G7 summit, has made it very clear that India needs to be on the table in G7 because of it's the fifth largest economy. It will be the fourth largest this year as per IMF, and the fact that both sides are looking at a law enforcement progress or mechanism to sort out the outstanding issues.
Right, Maha. Thank you for joining us and bringing us those details.